Here we have a square root equation and we have to solve the square root equation for x. Okay, here in this square root equation, I find square root on the left side of the equation and right side of the equation as well. Okay, my first aim is to get rid of the square root. For that, I have to square both sides of the given equation. So let me square both sides of the given equation. So on the right side, we have square root of 4x positive 1, the whole square. Okay, here the square root and square will cancel because we just have only one square root on the left side. So easily we can cancel with the square what we have taken. But here on the left side, we have two terms. Actually, we have to consider this square root as one term, 3 is another term. Two terms are in addition and we have a whole square. Actually, this is in the form of a positive b the whole square. So in algebra we have an identity that is a positive b whole square. So the expansion of this, the square of this binomial is a square positive 2ab positive b square. Okay, we can use this algebraic identity over here for this one to expand the square of this binomial because there is this is one term, this is another term. So two terms are in addition. So it's a binomial and we have square for this one. So when I expand the square of this binomial using this stuff, so I have to use this expansion. So here the a has to be replaced by square root of x negative 2 and b has to be replaced by 3. So let's do that. Let's expand so the square of the binomial over here. So a square, that is square root of x negative 2 the whole square. Because we have positive sign, we have to take positive sign 2 times ab. So for a we have square root of x negative 2. For b we have 3 positive b square. Instead of b we have 3, so we have to put 3 square. On the right side, the square root is cancelled and we have 4x positive 1. So here square root and square will cancel. I just get x minus 2 positive. So 2 times is 6 times square root of x negative 2 positive. The value of 3 square is 9 equals to 4x positive 1. Okay, now let's simplify the stuff on the left side. I think we can combine negative 2 and positive 9. When I combine negative 2 and positive 9, it will be x positive 7 positive 6 times square root of x negative 2 equals to 4x positive 1. Okay, here still we have square root over here. So to get rid of this square root, what we need is we have to isolate this term. That is, we have to solve this equation for square root of x minus 2. So only if I get rid of the square root completely, I'll be able to solve for x. So now my aim is to get rid of the square root over here. For that, I'm going to solve for square root of x minus 2 in this equation. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides and also I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. So this positive x negative x will cancel, 7 and negative 7 will cancel out. I get 6 times square root of x negative 2 equals to 4x negative x will be just 3x and positive 1 negative 7 will be negative 6. Okay, here better we can divide both sides by 6. When I divide both sides by 6, the 6 will cancel out. And here on the left side, I get square root of x negative 2 equals to 6 is a common divisor for this and this. So we can take this 6 as denominator, separated for 3x and negative 6. Then I'll be getting 3x over 6, negative 6 over 6. So square root of x negative 2 equals to 3 goes into 3 one time, 3 goes into 6 twice, and 6 will cancel. I just get 1. I get x over 2 negative 1. Okay, now we just have only square root term on the left side. So now we can square both sides to get rid of this square root. Okay, so the square root and square will cancel out. I just get x minus 2 here. On the left side, we have the square of a binomial, but this time we have negative. So there is an algebraic identity for this one. That is a negative b whole square equals to a square negative 2ab positive b square. A small change. When you have positive sign over here, the 2ab is positive on the right side in the expansion. When you have negative sign in the expansion, you have negative 2ab. So comparing this and this, we get x over 2 for a and 1 for b. So we can write the expansion over here. So at the place of a, we have to use x over 2 and the place of b, we have to use 1. Okay, let me do that. So x over 2, the whole square, negative 2 times. So the value of a is x over 2 times the value of b is 1 positive 1 square. Okay, x negative 2 equals to, when it takes square for x over 2, it will be x square over 4. Here 2 will cancel out. I just get negative x positive 1. Okay, now, so what we need to do is, here we can get rid of everything on the left side so that we may get a quadratic equation. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. and also I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So when I do so, I'll be getting this one will cancel. I get 0 on the left side. I get x square over 4 negative 2x positive 3. So still there is a fraction over here. There is denominator 4. So when I multiply both sides of this equation, I'll be able to get rid of the denominator 4. Then I'll be getting a quadratic equation in standard form. Then I can try to solve the quadratic equation by factoring. So if it doesn't work, I may use quadratic formula. Okay, let me continue this stuff on the next page. Okay, this is the last step we have had on the previous page. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by 4 to get rid of this denominator 4. So 4 times x square over 4 negative 2x positive 3. So 4 times 0 is 0, and when I distribute this 4 to this one, it will be 4 times x square over 4 times negative 2x will be negative 8x, 4 times 3 will be positive 12. So this 4 will cancel. I get 0 equals to x square negative 8x positive 12. So this is a quadratic equation in standard form. So now to solve this quadratic equation, so we can try factoring. Okay, so for that we have to check the coefficient of x square. There is no coefficient of x square over here, so I have to assume there is 1. So in that case we have to take the constant term positive 12, and now I have to get 2 factors for this constant of positive 12. So that the product of the 2 factors is equal to positive 12, and the sum of the 2 factors is equal to the coefficient of negative 8. I think negative 6 and negative 2 will work, because when I multiply negative 6 and negative 2, it's positive 12. When I add them, I'm getting negative 8, which is a coefficient of x. So then the 2 values of x are, we just have to change the signs of these 2 factors. So the first value of x is 6, positive 6. So if you get the negative 6 as a factor, then the value of x has to be positive 6. And here, the another factor is negative 2, then the second value of x is just positive 2. We have to change the signs of these 2 factors to get the 2 values of x. Okay, now I have solved the equation, given equation for x. I got 2 values for x. One is 6, another one is 2. Okay, anyways, we have almost come to the end of the problem. But whenever we solve square root equations, always we have to verify the solutions what we get. Okay, so we have 2 solutions for x. So we have to verify each solution with the given equation. So first, let me verify the first solution 6 with the given equation. To verify the first solution 6 with the given equation, what I need to do is I have to plug in 6 for x into the given equation. So and check whether the equation is satisfied by the value 6 for x. Okay, so let me plug in 6 for x into the given equation. So I'll be getting 6 negative 2 positive 3. On the right side, we have 4 times 6 positive 1. Okay, here 6 negative 2 is 4 positive 3 equals to square root of 4 times 6 is 24 positive 1. So the square root of 4 is just 2 positive 3 equals to square root of 25. So 2 positive 3 is 5, and the square root of 25 is 5. So this is a true statement. So the given equation is satisfied by x equal to 6. So the first solution 6 is an acceptable solution. It can be accepted. Okay, now we can verify the second solution, that is x is equal to 2. So the same thing, to verify the second solution x is equal to 2 with the given equation, I have to plug in x is equal to 2 into the given equation. So let me do it. Square root of 2 negative 2 positive 3 equals to square root of 4 times 2 positive 1. So square root of 2 negative 2, actually 2 negative 2 is 0, square root of 0 is still 0, positive 3 equals to square root of 4 times 2 is 8, 8 positive 1. So 0 positive 3 is 3, square root of 9, and 3 equals to square root of 9 is 3. So this is a true statement. So the given equation is satisfied by the second solution 2 also. So both the solutions 6 and 2 can be accepted because both the solutions satisfy the given equation.